Is Nuskia around? Is Nuskia there? Is Nuskia there? Beham? Beham is not there, right? Right. Since Beham is not there, I'll make Astonish the co-host so that you can also record. I'll make several people co-host so that you can record the sessions, right? So that you can record the lecture and share it with your friends. Right, I have made several people co-host. Let me read the names of the co-host so that you can ask for the recordings. Astonish is one, Shiraza is another, and Jayavardhana is the other one. Okay, so you can ask for course. Can you all hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Good evening.
So I'm recording this session, and so welcome to the first session of drama. And in this session, I will share the module descriptor, but first of all, I must tell that to begin with, I will be taking up Macbeth, but there will be hopefully other lecturer or lecturers who will be carrying out the other drama since I'm little busy with my administrative position. But then Macbeth, I will take the Macbeth will be the drama that we will be doing from Shakespeare. So be ready with Macbeth, and that will be what is done. And so then you will be asking a question saying that in the previous years they have done Midsummer Night's Dream. So, madam, there are no past papers to refer. So don't worry about that. In terms of Macbeth, I will give you sample questions so that you can practice, right? So don't worry about the past papers on the side of Macbeth. And if there are repeaters in the previous batches, they also will not have to worry because we usually give previous drama as well as the current drama so that they can choose. So there's nothing to panic about, there's nothing to worry about, and any question that you have, please ask from the respective lecturers first and foremost and clear the doubts. In case you can't talk to any of the lecturers, first and foremost lecturers, please. In case you can't talk to a lecturer, I'm the coordinator for semesters 3 and 4. So you can talk to me. And even if you can't talk to me, you have to speak to the head of the department. Once again, it's me. But even if the head of the department is not responding, you can speak to the dean at last. So please follow the hierarchy because we want to avoid any kind of confusion between our department and the other departments, because there was one time a particular set of students went straight to social media and criticized our department, whereas we have done our maximum to the members of the students of the department, right? So before you go into social media, don't spit on yourselves, because we are lecturers, and since you all are students, if the university collapses, that is not good for the students, right? And so once you are acting in such a manner, please be very responsible and look after the university. It's your university, and whereas it's the university where I work in. But the future of the university will be there only in your hands, and the validity of the degree, if you act weirdly and irresponsibly, the responsibility is yours, and the value of the degree will collapse. So please act responsibly once you are following the degree program. So far, I have not heard anything from 2019 and down below batches. So far, I have heard that they are behaving well. In the sense, behaving here means I don't want to treat you like school students, but of course you all are adults. But you all are adults, and also you all are university students. When you are university students, you're free to express yourselves. But when expressing, I would be happy if you can form a kind of a student, have student meetings once a month where I could be an invitee, and then we can solve the problems. In case we can't solve the problems, you can take it to faculty board so that we think that it could be sorted out. So we can do like that. So since this is a university, you all are free to express yourselves as long as they are valid reasons, right? Okay, so first, before I start, there is a case of Astonish. Astonish, your request is processing, and this time I feel it is going to be positive. But let's keep our fingers crossed because we don't know these individuals properly. But so far, it is stable in the faculty board, and I have put in the WhatsApp group that if you are forwarding any faculty board papers, those should come before 25th or by 25th. On 25th is also okay, but anyway it should be posted, registered post. Now I do not entertain soft copies. Registered post, it doesn't take much of time now, so it comes very quickly. You can send me an email, but I will not forward that to the faculty board. I only forward the hard copy, because otherwise when student services unit seal is not there, things are very confusing and complicated. Okay, right. So with that, we will start the first lecture for the semester. Now last week was a little bit of a confusion. Is Nuskia there now? Has Nuskia joined?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Right. Okay, shall I make you also the host so that where are you? Can you speak please so that I can see your...
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I'll make you also the co-host so that you all can now record and share. Right, Ms. Kia. You can share the recordings so that you don't have to always wait for my recording. So we are going to talk about before the drama, Shakespeare drama that we are going to do will be Macbeth. Please be ready with Macbeth. There is an online version as well. And also if you have the Penguin book, you can be ready with that. I'm using the Penguin book, and today I actually it's in my office, so today I didn't bring it, but we are starting off with Elements. Now this is something that I didn't do with B1, so in case I have to do with B1, I might ask them to do. I might do a online session with them as well. Right. So the elements of drama. Right. So how is drama different from prose to poetry? How is drama different from television? So drama, when it comes to drama, it's not only the book that we are talking about. These dramas are written from, to act out. These dramas are written to act out, right? So you might have seen dramas. When you're doing drama, not only reading, but not only Shakespeare, better to read other Shakespeare dramas as well. But when you are writing, now let's say I give a question on Shakespeare, like let's say I'm giving on Macbeth, don't bring in other Shakespeare dramas into that particular question, because we deal with only Macbeth. Macbeth's theme is different to other themes, right? So because of that, don't draw in the theme of Macbeth and then relate to other dramas of Shakespeare. But of course, you can bring now. So in an introduction to any question, we are putting in saying about Shakespeare and then the dramas that he has written and what type of dramas he had written. Then a little introduction is of course okay, but in the body of your whatever you are writing, don't include anything other than Macbeth, if the question is on Macbeth, that is. So if the question is on Oscar Wilde, don't bring in anything to do with other Oscar Wilde dramas. But if it's a common question like Oscar Wilde dramas dealt with something like that, then you can bring in particular facts into your answer. Do you understand? At least if
Yes,
one
ma'am.
person can be used as, we can use astonish as the person who says yes. So if you understand astonish, you can say yes, right? So that means all have understood. That's okay, astonish.
Okay,
Because
madam.
otherwise, if I don't get a response, I don't know whether you have understood. Terunada, yeah,
Yes, madam.
right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, thank you. That's better. Girl and a boy would be better so that I know that both sexes understood. Right, drama comes from the Greek word dran, which means to do or to act. So drama actually we act, right? So you must have seen Macbeth, you must have seen other dramas. I'll just ask a question so that you can also speak. Any dramas that you have watched, any English dramas that you have watched? If you do not like to speak, you can put it in the chat. Any dramas?
Yes, madam. I have watched the Romeo Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. Did you watch the Shakespearean version, or did you watch the modified one, which includes Leonardo DiCaprio,
Modified one, madam.
which has Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
That is more or less the film, right? Yeah. Okay. Anything? Any other dramas that the others have watched?
Romeo Juliet, madam.
No. Astonish, you didn't watch any dramas?
No, madam.
No. Any Tamil Sinhala dramas you have watched? Sinhala for Sinhala speaking ones, Tamil speaking students can bring out their Tamil drama experiences. Anything?
Yes, madam. Maname. I
Maname.
have watched.
Yes. Maname, I
Yeah.
think it's a very famous drama. Have these Tamil speaking students heard about Maname? Astonish? Nuskia, have you heard about Maname?
No, madam.
No. So Maname is one of the famous dramas in Sinhala literature, and it is staged often. And I also want to give one little piece of advice when we are. I know it is not your fault, but when you are studying literature, try to be. And if you want to be a teacher, or if you want to be a lecturer in English, my advice is try to get to know about Sinhala theatre, Tamil theatre. Can Astonish brief us about Tamil theatre in Sri Lanka? What is the role of Tamil theatre in Now, all these things that we discuss are very important facts. So I like you to note them down as we speak. Can Astonish brief us about where Tamil drama stands in the Sri Lankan society? I mean, whatever you know about it. I'm not evaluating you, but we want to start an academic discussion, Astonish.
Dramas, actually, it was we pastime dramas are very popular, madam. Presently,
You
we
mean Tamil
draw
dramas?
drama.
Tamil dramas.
Yes, madam. Tamil
Yeah, so can
dramas.
you name
Then
any Tamil dramatists? I mean, who has contributed to dramas
we
in
have
Sri Lanka?
kings, madam.
Sorry?
We have some king. We have some kings. Like in Tamil, we say Kuthu. I don't know the exact word of it.
So this
Single
is not
Tamil
in
English.
this is not in the Sri Lankan context, no? You mean?
No, madam. We have
Ah.
some history as well.
Okay. So in the Sri Lankan context, there are no Tamil dramas as such, are there? I mean,
We
no
have, madam. In the last film of in South Indian film, the name is Ponniyin Selvan. That film also like a drama. The past
Who
history of Sri Lanka.
who wrote it?
It's totally from Indian people, but most of the places and words are related to Sri Lankan Tamil version.
Okay, no. So that
I don't
means
know the exact name of the people.
it's Indian. So there are no Sri Lankan Tamils who contributed to drama, no? Which means
Yeah, there are people, madam, but I don't know the name of them.
okay. So one little piece of assignment, one small assignment, not a CA, right? This is just an assignment that I would like to give. I like you all to find out if you are Sinhala speaking student, find out about Sinhala drama and write a little composition on that. And if you are a Tamil, write a little composition on Tamil drama, but in the Sri Lankan context, and how it is staged, and whether any Sri Lankans contributing to. So if your first mother tongue is Tamil, you would choose Tamil drama. If your mother tongue is Sinhala, you would be choosing Sinhala drama in the Sri Lankan context, right? So that is one assignment that I would like you to do. Right. And then, so we said that dramas means to do or to act. Right? So doing and acting makes drama. So when we do an act, what happens is drama. We also say, no, it is quite a drama. That means once we behave in a, we make too much of, fuss, and we make too many things complicated. We say it's so much of drama that she's doing, right? So that is also there. We do and act. So it's drama. So what is drama? Drama is life with dull bits cut. So drama actually is brought out to make life interesting. And what makes drama unique is drama has one characteristic peculiar to itself. It is written primarily to be performed, not read. So dramas can be read, but the intention, the prime intention here is that it should be performed. So if you take Macbeth for an example, you see that many features that are there in the drama are there because it needs to be performed. There you might find many characteristics such as soliloquies, asides. These are called soliloquies, asides, and then monologues, things like that, which are features which are there just because these are to be performed. And not like in a film. In a film, of course, you have many takes, and then you cut, and then you shoot it again, and then you can edit, things like that. But drama, it's once and for all. Let's say, let's think like this. In a film, you come there and you say something to yourself, and in the next shot, people come in, and you are not alone anymore. But on a stage, they can't do all of that. So we have something called asides, monologues, things like that. So when such things are there, those features have to be brought out in the drama, so that they will be, once they are reading, then they know that even once they are reading, they know that these are supposed to be said alone. And when we are acting, although there could be many people on stage, these things like asides, we call that aside, asides, things like asides, they will be performed on a side. They come to the main character, whoever the character that is supposed to say the asides will come away from the other characters and then say the part. And of course, another important fact about drama is not only the stage performance, the costumes, the lightings, everything plays an important role in terms of drama. So it's not only about reading, but when it comes to this reading, is because of our literary, to enhance our literary knowledge. But although we are reading, remember, you are always going to be an English language teacher, or you are an English language teacher. So one of our key roles is improving drama in the school context. So when you're not only learning, this is not only paper qualification. Every time you go through these modules, think that one day you're going to teach this better, or you are going to teach it, right? So when you're teaching drama, remember that asides and all these things, they have to be applied to your students, not only read. You don't read it only, but these are to be performed, right? So drama is a presentation of action through actors. So it's action, and we have actors. Actors are the key figures of drama. The impact is direct and immediate. So if it's a humoristic drama, you want to make people laugh, so the impact would be very direct. And if you want to make them cry, you cry. Things are very direct and immediate. So drama is a presentation of action on a stage for a captive audience. It's a presentation, and where do we do it? On a stage, right? So I forgot that we have to make a Google Classroom, and we will have for both B1 and B2, so that whatever the presentations that we are doing, it could be involved in one common Google Classroom. But of course, B1s are coming physically, so that they will not be typing as such, but then they can see this presentation as well. So drama is a presentation of action before an audience, suggesting communal experience. So theater is the place where a drama takes place. Another word that we use for drama is a play. So there's no big difference. So don't get yourself confused. If you say play or drama, it's the same meaning. So play and drama is the same. So elements of drama, audience etiquette is there, no unnecessary movement or noises, no cell phones, talking, standing, because if these things are there, the message that we want to communicate will not be communicated properly. Why? Shows respect for the actors, the playwright, and the play allows actors to concentrate and perform their best. So actually, drama is very much difficult than a film, right? So we have two types of things where we get the entertainment from, apart from the TV teledramas. So when it comes to film, you can study, and then if you forget the lines again, you can study once again. But in a drama, it's once and for all, and you make a mistake and then it communicates very badly. So a lot of concentration is needed. Sometimes I feel, my God, these dramatists have such memory power, because they have to remember every line. If it's a 1 hour show, you have to remember all the lines. Of course, you can go backstage and then go through the script, but that doesn't happen always. If you watch drama, it doesn't happen always. Sometimes the main character gets to stay on stage for at least 3 acts, right? So because of that, the audience should be very calm and quiet in performance of a drama. Elements of drama: playwright is the author of a play. So that if I ask who is the playwright, now you know who the playwright is. That's the author of a play, the person who writes the drama. Actors, the people who perform. Then there are types of dramas. Comedy is a form of drama that has a happy ending. Humor comes from the dialogue and situations. So try to recall some of the comedies that you have gone through. Right. 10 types of drama. So we went through comedy. Comedy is one such, and it creates humor. So if I put a question like this, describe the various types of dramas and support your answer with examples, you should know it by the at the end of this lecture, you will know what I mean. Then we have tragedy. It's a form of a drama in which events lead to the downfall of the main character. Please remember that tragedy is a downfall of the main character, often a person of great significance like a king or hero. So in Macbeth, you will come across that Macbeth is a tragedy. And I think you have heard about it so far. If you have not heard about it, so you can register it in your mind today. Macbeth is a tragedy, and we talk about the downfall of a great man of great height. That is the theme of drama. A great man of great height, and it's a tragedy. And it's the power hungriness of Macbeth that leads to his downfall, right? Power hunger of Macbeth leads to his downfall. Okay, so we have tragedies and then we have comedies. Then elements of drama. We have a script. Now, like I said now before, just a while ago, I said that if you forget the lines in your script, you can go backstage and even read through. This script is common not only for drama, but even for films, the scripts are there, right? But in a film script, like I told before, the difference is in a film, you can't, I mean, you can always go and look at your film and you can say cut and then go to your script. And if you forget the lines, you have that advantage. But in a drama, you memorize the script and come. And if you forget, I think you all have done school dramas, right? So then if you have done school dramas, this is not something new. So if you have done school dramas and if you are into Shakespeare drama, in Sri Lanka, I was telling the B once yesterday, in Sri Lanka, Shakespeare drama is so huge. It's a contest, right? So it is a huge contest where schools play very much attention on winning that particular drama contest. Everything, including your facial expressions, your costumes, the props, whatever the backdrops, and whatever we do, the drama, the actions that we do, everything is very, very essential in terms of winning Shakespeare drama, right? So the script here is the written pages of a play. Scripts are divided into acts and scenes. So we have acts and scenes. Right. Scripts are divided into acts and scenes. So once we come across Macbeth, I hope you can download Macbeth or you can buy the book. I mean, not necessary to buy the book. You can even borrow the book if somebody's having. You can see in the library whether Macbeth is available, things like that. And scripts for stage and screen have strict but very different formats. So there are acts and scenes. The scripts for stage and screen have strict but very different formats. So we will study scripts, that part we will not do. Elements of drama, acts. So what are acts? Long sections of a play made up of multiple scenes. One act will have various scenes. So act means it doesn't finish within a minute, but it will take such as 20 minutes or so, and there will be many scenes within that. These scenes change very instantly, right? So these scenes will, sometimes they don't close the curtain, but with the lighting, they make the background dark, and then the main actor is there, and back in the background, then perhaps the people change, and you might have seen when I'm talking, you might recall what I'm talking about if you have watched drama, or even in a concert, you see the same thing. But if you have watched a drama, you might reflect on whatever you have watched. Just a second. Huh? Right. So sometimes when they want to change into a scene, it's the lighting that plays a major role. And like I told you, there are asides and soliloquies, right? So when you have such things, soliloquy means something which a person says alone. Okay. So when the person comes to the front, that kinds of gives way to other actors to get ready for the next scene. And sometimes a curtain might not be closed. So in certain cases where, like for an example, one act to another act, and if they want to go into a different context, of course, they might change the curtain. So that it depends on the drama itself, right? So then there are multiple scenes, usually designed to separate the play into main parts and give the audience a break from the performance. So these scenes are there so that, you know, they get to, the audience also gets a break, but also the actors also get a break once they are in various scenes. So scenes, what are scenes? They are shorter sections of a play. Usually each scene occurs in one location at a specific time. Like I told you, one scene occurs in one location. Multiple scenes make up an act. So set is, you know, this is a set, the stage. So it's construction on the stage that shows time and place, things like that. You see, and when you see such a thing like this, you may recall, if you have watched a drama, especially Maname or things like that, you might recall how a set has been. But in Sri Lankan theatre, I think we have much more to develop, but Sinhala theatre is developed, but we have English theatre in Sri Lanka. I think they require a lot of development as well, because we don't have much audience for English theatre. But of course, we do have actors who are engaged in English theatre. So it's a big thing which is happening, but still there's a lot of development for that. Props, I have been talking about props. It's items used on stage by actors. So such as, now you must have heard Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare once again, and there you have Shylock, and then, like for an example, Shylock gets to kill, and then there you use knives, and even in Macbeth you might see knives and, you know, flowers, and then things like that. These are called props. Okay, so props are used to make the drama natural, and sometimes these props could be real, because so that, you know, things could be very real and not made out of cardboard or anything as such. Do you understand? So far, what have you understood? Any questions so far? No? Right. So if we don't have any questions, we will go ahead. So we have dramatic speech, we have dialogues, 2 or more people talking, and monologue, 1 person talking, soliloquy, 1 person speaking their thoughts out loud for the audience. So soliloquy and monologue, they are 2 different things. Monologue is 1 person talking, but soliloquy is the thoughts that are in 1 person's head. Please write this down if you are going to forget. It's soliloquy means 1 person speaking their thoughts out loud to the audience. So whatever is going in our heads is said out in a soliloquy, in form of a soliloquy. We call that. So then we know that this is going in the mind of the actor, right? So these soliloquies are very common in Macbeth, and Shakespeare has used the dramatic speech vastly in his. The reason why I choose Shakespeare is you get to see a lot of dramatic features. you get to experience lots of dramatic features. Soliloquies are there, monologues, dialogues, whatever you call it, everything is there. And Shakespeare had been one of the best bringing out all these features. And Macbeth is one such drama that does justice to dramatic features. And then stage directions. So now, when you are doing drama, one thing I want to talk about is any public speech, whatever, drama is in another form of public speaking, right? So when you are engaged in public speaking, whatever you are doing, right, whether you are speaking in front of a set of students or whatever it is, you have to be very active. If you be very lethargic and you go into the classroom and then you talk about drama, today I came to speak about drama, then the students are not going to be very enthusiastic about drama, right? So when we are talking about drama or whatever, even in English language teaching, yesterday I was talking to B1 about this. If you are an English language teacher, you can't be very lousy and sleepy looking and very lazy. You have to be very active, right? And not overacting, actually. You have to be very active, because one thing is we are taking a boring subject to the classroom. So when you're taking a boring subject to the classroom, students, you have to be very active. You can't go sleepy and, look very shabbily dressed or things like that, but you have to be very active, right? So, and in the same time, if you are doing literature, and you have to be very active, because you have to get from the students, you have to make them imagine things, such as in drama, there are lots of that involves a lot of imagination. And even public speaking, that includes the way you talk, the way you behave, your liveliness, and it's in your eyes, or even your eyes show that whether you are lively or not, right? So a language teacher cannot be a sleepy personality. You have to be an active personality, right? So I would be happy if I can get B1s and B2s physically one day to talk about how, being active in the classroom, and give some activities for you to get around doing these activities. Because I see when you're an English language teacher, some of you can be so boring. Not you all, but some of the teachers are very, very lazy, and they would just be, today I came to teach present tense, and the students will not like you, right? The students will not like you. And it's the same way if you are going to give a speech. If you say, today my talk is about environment pollution, and I'm going to talk about environment pollution for 1 hour, students, that is going to make your audience hate you. They will get fed up of you. You understand? So because of that, you have to be active. You all are language teachers, and whether you are doing drama or whatever the subject you are taking into the audience, you are a language teacher, and a language teacher should be an actor. Because why I say so is because your students otherwise will not learn with enthusiasm, right? So that's why now when you're doing drama and when you're teaching drama also, you have to be very cautious about how you present it to your students. And even public speaking, you can't just be very lazy and then say you are doing public speaking, but you have to be very active. Okay. Any question? Okay. Stage directions. Another thing about drama is stage directions, right? So sometimes these directions are found in brackets if you are having a script, and but you don't say, I am the king of England, in brackets soliloquy. No, you don't say the brackets part. In brackets soliloquy, no. Then when we are acting, you say, I am the king of England. And then the rest, you know what to do inside, whether to move. And for an example, some people do this. I am the king of England. And in brackets, it says move to the left side. Sometimes some people will say, in the brackets it says move to the left side. That is not part of speech. I am the king of England is part of the drama, but move to the left side would be the direction that you are given in order to roam about in the stage, on the stage, right? So describe scenery, action, and how characters speak. Sometimes the main character comes forward, and if it's to be with the other members, it goes backwards. There are lots of directions. So throughout the drama, you might be using various sides of a stage. So it's a very huge activity actually when you're doing dramas, right? So we have upstage right, upstage center, and upstage left, and stage right, center, left, and downstage means to the corner of the stage, right? So dramas are basically based on conflicts as well. Conflict, of course, this word is of course very familiar in the Sri Lankan context. If there is no conflict, then that is something to be surprised about. So internal or external struggle that creates dramatic tension. Conflicts are very common in dramas, and drama would be based on a conflict. So what is a conflict? The internal or external struggle that creates dramatic tension. So external conflict would be characters versus character. When one character has a problem with another character in the story, then that is an external conflict. So external conflict, character versus nature. It could be when the character is opposed by a natural force, like evil forces or things like that. It's character versus nature. External character versus society. Now, if I do not believe in life after death, and then I have a problem, I have a conflict. I do not believe in life after death. So then I have a conflict with the society. So when the character has a problem with society, such as laws, culture, or social norms, then that is a conflict with the society. Character with self, when the character struggles with a decision on his or her own identity. So in Macbeth, we see that the character is struggling with oneself. He doesn't know in the end whether he's making proper decisions, right? So that is one thing that you would see in Macbeth. Characterization is the playwright's technique for revealing the personality of a character, direct or indirect. So the personality sometimes, characterization can be brought out from the clothes. For an example, if you're a happy person, you would be wearing bright clothes in the drama as well as in real life. Also, sometimes these impact. For an example, I don't know. In my case, when I'm lazy, when I'm lazy or when I have had this first time I'm getting to a set of students, when I'm having too much of work, you can easily figure out from my dress. I would just dress so that I want to be relaxed, such as, a long top and a skirt, or long top and just a trouser, things like that. But when I feel relaxed, in the sense, not that I have internal problems, but after dealing with the kids and, when I have less time, I would go for some clothing that is very comfortable. I think this applies to you as well, but I think I'm speaking something very normal, right? But if I have more time for myself, then I would be dressing the sari and being very cautious about what I wear and put a little makeup on, things like that are there. Otherwise, I'm a very lazy personality, and I would just like to wear something very relaxed to the lecture. And this Friday, I thought I made a mistake because I just went with just a skirt and a top, and I thought it's not appropriate. But I'm not a person who says that, you should wear the sari, not that type of person. But I felt that I should have, been much more concerned about the dress. Not that I wore indecently. Now, don't go and ask whether I wore indecently or anything. It's that I felt that I was too lazy on Friday because it was raining and things like that. So here I'm not talking about myself. In characterization, from the clothes, the colors that you bring out, that brings the personality of a character. Sometimes, if you are sad, you would be wearing very, gloomy clothes. That reflects your personality as a character, yeah, in your drama. Direct characterization. When the playwright tells the audience what the personality of the character is, usually found in character description under cast of characters. Cast of characters. So there could be a girl. Yes, there is a message. What is this message? Ma'am face is so. Thank you. Thank you so much. I actually never. It's a compliment. Yeah, thank you so much because I I'm very I neglect my clothes now only. Before marriage, of course, I used to pay attention to every detail and everything that I wear, but now not because of my husband. My husband likes me to dress properly, but the thing is, I am a lazy person. Okay, thank you for the compliment. So direct characterization, cast of characters, that's a girl, an early teen. So these are some of the characters that could come in a drama. So there could be a girl, there could be a man, and all these things are described in the cast of characters, right? Then there are indirect characterizations when the playwright shows the audience things that reveal the personality of the character. So there are indirect things like such as the nature, right? The lights could be very dimmed. Sometimes if the personality is very sad, it could be the lights would be dimmed. I want to share an experience before COVID. I went to watch a drama. Actually, it was usually I'm a drama person. I like drama, but it is a rare. It was a rare chance that I got to go and watch a drama that was staged by students of my daughter's school, the upper school. Actually, my one is of course still small. She's in grade 4. But these girls, they did a very very nice drama, and to be honest with you, it is something I don't mind. I mean, there might be guys in this class, but then it's not very taboo thing. But it was about it was called overreacting. OVARY. So now you can Google and search what ovary means. So it's the period cycle of a girl, right? So then this is a huge case in the Sri Lankan context, where most of the women are also not educated and most of the men are also not educated, and this is something very taboo in the society. People are very scared to speak about things, and even if it's a packet of pads, you would be wrapping, and you would hide. You are very very shy to buy it. That might be still there, but this whole play was about that. But that whole play was about it, and also it brought out a very strong message that once you hide particular things from your, let's say, your family, sometimes it could end up with certain diseases. Women are very vulnerable to, like they could end up with cancers and things like that. So that is because of irregular periods or things like that. So this whole drama was kind of like a research. They have researched into women's overreactions, right? So, and they brought it out very nicely, and I thought there's a lot for me to learn and a lot for me to teach to my daughter, right? So I thought, and also my husband was there with me, and what he said was, I didn't know so much like this, that you all are going through so much as this. So that I thought it's very very timely, right? And also it is a must for every man also to sit and watch, because most of the men don't understand the uneasiness that we all go through during the period, that period of overreaction, and also during our pregnancy. So what my husband was saying, my God, you all go through such a lot, right? So in the Sri Lankan culture, mothers don't speak these things to their sons, and mothers don't even speak these things to their daughters, which, I mean, actually in my case, I didn't know that there is an age for puberty till I attended that age. So that was really not talked about in the family. So I felt that, nowadays things are much more open, but at the same time, I have to say that they are out of control among the teenagers, but that is up to the families. So, and this was a superb drama. The lightings, the sounds, and also you have to remember one thing: when people are performing on stage, they don't use mics unless necessary. So usually it is their own voice. So you have to have a very strong voice to perform drama, right? So so that is one thing. So in that, when the person was going through a particular emotion change, now once we are getting our periods, we go through a lot of emotional changes. So that was shown from the lights, right? And the lights change and things like that happen. So what I was telling about is how emotions were shown from the lighting. Sorry about my cough. Yeah. So then can be described by the steel. So this indirect characterization, steel. So if a person is sad, not only the person speech, we would say, it would highlight that you are sad. We are talking about drama so far, okay? So even in real life, these things could be applied, but currently we are talking about the actors and how they bring out their characterizations through speech. If they are sad, they would be, I'm so sad. And then you would go sigh and, things like that. And then their thoughts, how their thoughts are brought out. Soliloquies, there would be more soliloquies bringing out their sadness. I wish if I had a person to play with, things like that. Effect on others, the behavior is brought out on stage. So how the person behaves to the other person. If a sad person would try to be away from another person, and or if not, try to take revenge from another person. Actions, looks. So of course a sad person will not look happy, that would be the kind of nature it would be. Of course a sad, but then I see in on and off in Facebook there are so many posts, which is quite true. I mean, that is true for personalities. Some of the sad people, they hide their sadness from their smiles. Sometimes it could be true. I think it could be true sometimes. But in stage drama, from the looks, you can't smile and say you're sad on a stage. But to bring out that impression onto the audience, you had to look sad, right? So if we come to campus one day, we will talk about these things while we experience Macbeth physically. So one day I would like to meet, but we are still checking, the once again there is a fuel issue coming up, and we will see whether we want to see you physically, so that that feeling is given. As from Ishani and them, they are experiencing the campus life now, so they are having a very different kind of an experience now. So yeah, then the speech, girl, maybe the water's still on, man, don't get your hopes up, girl. Yeah, man, plenty of water in the ocean though, right? Things like that. So man voice is different, girl's voice is different, so things like that. Then thoughts, no, I'll go wait here. Man exits, girl finds picture of their family and stares longingly at a photo. So effect on others, so you can read through this. I have explained actions and looks. Girl and man enter downstage of proscenium. Stage left, they are dressed in travel-worn clothes and carry large bags. What does that indicate? They are wearing travel-worn clothes and carry large bags. That means they have been traveling a lot, right? Right? Narrative. A story with a beginning, middle, and end. A narrative is a story with a beginning, middle, and end. Plot is a series of events that make up the story. Oh, so we have come to the end of the whole draft. Actually, this PowerPoint was not made by me, but I downloaded it. But all the elements are the same. There are no differences in elements. Yes, of course. Yes, Jayavardhana has asked whether this PowerPoint can be there later. Yes, what I will do is I will make the Google Classroom, and then we will add you to that, and then I will upload this and keep, so that it is, you can access this PowerPoint. So this is the beginning of drama, the journey with drama module. And I'm telling you, in university, don't stress yourself. You know, we have drama, we have fiction. Don't stress yourself. It's all about enjoying the module. Right. So, yeah. And drama, if you stress yourself, you can't enjoy the drama. Right. And so far, I don't know, in my modules, advanced communication, unless for 1 or 2 people, I do not try to fail people deliberately. I try to pass people. I don't know, were there any failures? If so, message me. I mean, that is a very rare thing. That means you haven't done very well at all. So if there were failures in advanced communication, then that is very, very less likely, and you have not done anything, that means. But usually I don't try to penalize the students without giving marks. Were there any failed students? But within the grades, there might be fluctuations, because not all the people will get A's unless you have, wait a second. So there might be fluctuations. You know, some people will get A's. So what makes me give you an A? If you have given examples, like let's say, talk about the character of Macbeth, and if you have given how he behaves unruly and his change of nature and examples, and also some certain extract to support your answer with, then of course you win my heart. Otherwise, and also language is very important. You have to improve your language from day one, right? So yesterday I was telling to B1 that if you do not develop your language, your answers will be very, very weak. So you have to read from day one, that is today onwards. Read some extra materials. 4, 5, 6 means it is not an easy ride, but you have to make life interesting. So 4, 5, 6 means you have gone through the most difficult. I mean, this is half of your journey. You have gone through half of your journey. 1, 2, 3 means half of your journey. And I think you all are, I don't know, that I will ask from the dean and talk to you about it. So then the latter half of the journey is, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Any questions that you have? Now I have been speaking, and I like to hear from you any questions that you would like to ask. So about this PowerPoint, I will upload it. Nuskia will tell you how lazy I am. Nuskia was asking about the drama module. Madam, do we have it? Nuskia is one, and there's another girl in Fatih in junior batch. They will tell you how lazy I am. But I will upload and make the Google Classroom. Nuskia will definitely look into that matter, I'm for sure. Am I right, Nuskia?
Yes, madam, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? So I hope you find Macbeth. Let us just search and see whether there is a good Macbeth we can find online. But I rather prefer if you can find the Macbeth drama online. I don't have an online document as such, but I have my hard copy, which is the Penguin series. And let's say, yeah, I think this has, no? There are places, but it's better if we all can download the same thing. Is there anybody who has already downloaded? Yeah, it's okay to find the PDF. That's okay. So whatever the way that is convenient, as long as it is somebody has asked a question whether it's okay to get the PDF. It's once again Jayawardena, no? Yeah, Jayawardena. So these are very common questions. I think all the others also might be having. You can get the PDF, and also you have to have the hard copy, because online I advise you not to read online, because when you get the hard copy means even if it's a soft copy, get it printed, right? So when you have the hard copy, you can mark on it, otherwise you will not know what we are talking about. There was a good if you can Astonish, if you can contact Ishani, or Nuskia even can contact Ishani. They have found a copy and ask them to share it to you. right? So yes, any more questions? And also, like now here you see Macbeth is there on YouTube. I would be happy if you can watch Macbeth beforehand and get an experience of Macbeth. Now this one, I don't know. This is some. It's not a baby. It's somebody who has uploaded it. So yeah. So this, if you can watch these plays, right? So then it would be better. You can get a better understanding. Of course, not the book only. If you go through, you know, kind of, yeah. Oh, I like Muskia's profile picture. It's really nice. That's you walking in Univotech, is it? I mean,
Yes,
I'm talking
madam.
that's really nice. Right. So if you can watch Macbeth while we go on, then it is also very helpful because it will give you an idea what we are talking about. Right. Otherwise, you know, you will find yourself sometimes lost. It's not easy to understand Macbeth or Shakespeare at any time. So I asked a question from the batch yesterday. Is Shakespeare a man or a woman? Is Shakespeare a man or a woman? Can anybody answer? Did you search about Shakespeare? Now I know you search about, okay, a man. Okay, Jayavardhan says a man, right?
No, madam, not exactly said.
Right, astonish. He's exactly, we don't know. We actually don't know. There are certain documents that say that it was a woman, and a woman in the court of the king, and she wrote it because at that time the women were not allowed to write plays and things like that. And yesterday I told we wants to watch a movie called Shakespeare in Love, of course. And it should be, I hope you don't need parental guidance to watch this movie. Please don't get parental guidance to watch the movie. If so, you will be in real trouble because this is an adult movie and I believe that all are above 18. So if that is so, you can watch the movie. And I gave the same piece of advice to all my V1s, because if you are still drinking milk and you are not supposed to watch adult movies, don't watch it. And but if you are an undergraduate of University of Vocational Technology, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. So if you are an undergraduate of the university, of course, you can watch uh, Shakespeare in Love, right? So that might give you a little bit about Shakespeare. And but there are scenes. There are no kotu kotu, you know, the squares that come up. There are no squares. If you want, you can get a square book and keep it before the screen and avoid that part and go to the next part. Or you can, if you don't like that part, you can skip and go to the other part. You know the parts that I'm telling about now. So if you don't like to watch it, otherwise, secretly, you can take the phone and go to a corner and watch the movie. A little piece of advice, but don't come and tell me, you know, I got scolded from the mother, or my wife scolded me, or my husband asked what you are watching. Please inform them that this is very necessary, and it is compulsory for our literature module. Okay, so even you can watch it with husband if the husband also likes to learn about Shakespeare. It doesn't matter. But end result, don't come and tell me, madam, after watching this movie, this is what happened. What did you do? And I am not responsible for any outcomes, right? So you can watch that and you can get an idea. Okay. Any questions? If there are no questions, we can wind up little early today. So there might be longer days, there might be shorter days. So it depends on the content that we talk about. Any questions? No? So if there are no questions, we'll wind up. Shall we? Yeah. So for the next time, be ready with Shakespeare. And also to do the other dramas, I'm still searching the lecturers, and I will properly inform you what the other dramas are, because the reason is suddenly the module was taught by Dr. Disanayaka last time. This time, usually those days I used to do drama, but with this wait a second, there is a question. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yes. Shakespeare is a homosexual. I mean, it is not a problem with the lecturer who said that he is a homosexual, but there is still a question about whether it was a man or a woman. So it's actually like we don't know the real shape of Lord Buddha. It's that kind of thing. So they say it's a man, and also Mona Lisa. They say it's Shakespeare without the mustache. Go and see Mona Lisa picture. So they also say it's Shakespeare without the mustache. There are lots of controversial issues. I think this is all grapevine communication, Jayavardhana. You might remember grapevine communication. It goes from one person to another, and we still don't know whether Shakespeare is exact. But the issue is, it doesn't matter whether he was a man or not. Still, we have to learn Macbeth. Right now, don't go searching whether he was a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. But in Macbeth, that will not be a big impact. So don't write the answer saying that since I do not know whether Shakespeare was a man or a woman, I'm in doubt. But while on the fence, I'm writing this Emily unknown man. It doesn't matter about his gender. Yes, yeah. So good that you are bringing out a lot of things. I get this. Jayavardhana sends me a lot of information about homosexuality. Yes, he was, but there are a lot of, like I said, controversial facts about it. And it's always good to read about Shakespeare and learn about Shakespeare, right? Yeah. Any more questions? And about the other dramas, like I said, I will decide on the other lecturers, and then I will break the news on who is going to do and all. Did you all understand? If you did not understand, I think I have given the co-host facility to many. Yeah. And you all can share the recording and watch it. Okay, Nuskia, you can keep on walking that road. And we will end the session if so. No question. So about bringing you to the hands of those who like to come physically. I mean, don't put the hands up just because I am the head of the department, but willingly, if put the hand up, if you are willing to come. Astonish is willing. I mean, be honest. Huh? I don't want people to be, fake. Renuka is willing. So only 2 people. Yeah, there might be a practical problem of coming physically, but we will see. If there is a requirement, we will try to bring you physically to the campus. Okay?
Madam, excuse me.
Yeah.
Madam, may I know in the sixth semester, do we have an exam or we only
Sixth
have
semester.
Sixth one.
Number 6, no? You're talking about? Vijay Singh, 6,
Yes,
right?
madam, last
Okay. Right. So you plan to go abroad, right?
one.
Yeah, actually there are exams. If you are planning to go abroad in the 6th semester, try to finish the degree and go abroad, because you know why? There were practical issues that came up. Some of the students they wanted to go abroad and they actually got employment abroad, but they were unable to go abroad because the vice chancellor says that you cannot go abroad because just in case you are required to be present in the lectures, you have to be there. So in the 6th semester, we do have exams, and most of the exams are conducted by the education department. And there is a huge thesis that you have to do, and you have to select a supervisor, and then that's a very different topic on the board. Yes, so we have exams, Vijay Singh. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Any more such questions, even administrative regarding administration also? And if you are, I mean, of course, B2s don't want to go to B1. No, that's a silly question I was going to ask. Any documents And please don't be absent for exams. You know, some people have toothaches and some people have headaches and whatever the sicknesses. Try to do the exam and finish it off. Otherwise, I mean, unless it is very necessary, but try to do the exam and finish it off. It's good for you as well as it's good for us as well, right? So it's especially good for you because you will be finishing on time, because otherwise who knows what will happen in the next semester. There was COVID, there was this thing, that thing, the fuel crisis, and next I don't know what now, monkeypox is also in Sri Lanka, I heard, if I'm not mistaken. Did you all hear about it? Monkeypox,
Yes.
yeah. So thankfully we have got that also in the country. So we are very lucky in that sense. So because of that, think of the semester and finish it off. Try to study from day one, then you will not have a backlog. You understand? Of course, you might have issues, but issues are not there for everybody, not only for just one person. Everybody has an issue of some sort. But some people, they do it with babies. Now today, one girl is writing an exam. The baby is outside. So I'm just thinking now in the evening also they have an exam. Now, of course, they must have finished it. But the baby was outside. You understand? So there are people like that as well. So yeah. Anyway, right. If there are no more questions, we can wind up. I'll give 2 minutes just in case there is a question. No. Right. So then we will wind up. So enjoy your semester. And about Mr. Somaratna Nuskia, I will contact you. I tried contacting me. He was not, I couldn't approach him. So I will, actually it's a education department who should do it, but it has fallen on our heads. So just give me time. I will talk to Mr. Somaratna and get back to you. And the other modules might have been carried out except for fiction, because Pramodi madam is at an exam duty. But I think she did it early, no? If I'm not mistaken. Did she do it on Friday?
Yes, madam. She did it
Yeah, that's right.
for 1 hour.
Yeah, that's right. So somehow other people will do the, the content. And I think Lianage sir will be doing, he did it today or tomorrow? Tomorrow, ne? Yeah. So Nuskia, I think you can remind the lecturers once again if they forget, otherwise you'll be missing. Anyway, thank you students for listening, and then try to enjoy your life and take care of yourselves and be safe.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am. Thank you very much.